Are you hungry, Mr. Whiskers? Oh, of course you are. You're always hungry. Now let's see what we have in the cold storage. Yes, give me a moment, will you? Ah, here we are. Your favorite, Bellathor River Salmon. Now I just need to prepare it and your dinner will be ready. Alright, there you go, mister. And I will get back to my cup of blackberry oolong tea. I'm surprised we haven't had any visitors today. Hey guys, it's me again, Natural Wizard. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another video of r/niceguys, but this time with a little bit more emphasis on the crazy. So you may want to equip your cringe goggles for this one. But besides that, let's all put on our fedoras and enter the realm of nice guys. Okay, this first one is a bit of a doozy. Brace yourselves.
I often eat alone at a Wendy's that's just down the street from my house. A little less than a week ago, I noticed that they hired a new employee. She's a fair-skinned woman who, for the sake of not violating a pending order of protection, we'll say is named Michelle. I was fond of her from the moment I first saw her. I immediately went home and scoured the internet to find out more information about her. I figured this way I'd be able to learn her interests and engage her in conversation regarding them. I remember initially thinking to myself that it's a shame how name tags don't include last names. All I had to go on was her first name and location, yet thanks to Facebook's ability to search by city and state, I was able to find her after just a few hours. Once I did, I realized I hit a gold mine. Her phone number was visible to everyone, not just Facebook friends. Most women are scared to give out their numbers to a stranger because they don't think they're trustworthy. But if someone asked you out on a date after looking you up and learning your phone number without you having to tell them, you'd likely be far more trusting of that person, since they already know your personal info. You'd have nothing to lose. That was my line of thinking, anyway. After obtaining her phone number, I figured I'd try to do something romantic that would build up to me asking her out. I decided to use an app that would let me text her without revealing my actual number. The app allowed me to change my number at will, essentially making it unblockable. Which I thought was a good idea, since she might think it's just one of her friends messing with her and block it right away. This would grant me the ability to remain a complete enigma to her. Once a day, I told myself, only text her once a day so it isn't creepy. Sadly, I was far too excited at the prospect of having my first girlfriend to stick to that. My first text to her was simply, I saw that picture of your graduation you posted. You're beautiful. Later that day, while I was sitting in the Wendy's parking lot, I sent her another text that said, I can see you right now. One day you'll see me too. Before I knew it, I had texted her over 300 times in just a few days. She never once responded to any of them. Still, not all messages contained text. Some were just pictures of her that I took while she was at work to let her know that I was actual. Some of you may have noticed that I wasn't online at all yesterday. There's a good reason for that. Yesterday was the day that I met her in person and tried to ask her out. It didn't go as planned. I walked up to Michelle while she was at the counter and told her that I'm her admirer. Her cheerful expression changed as she suddenly started shouting, This is the guy! Marco, this is the guy! Marco is her manager. He jumped from behind the counter and grabbed me while instructing her to call the police. I bit his arm hard enough to draw blood. But he did not release me until police arrived. The police said that the detainment was lawful, which meant that I was to be charged with battery for biting the manager in addition to stalking. This amounts to almost $500 in fines. Thankfully, Father told me he'd take care of it since I'm currently unemployed. The police also told me that she's filing for an order of protection, so I can't return to that specific Wendy's. Father told me to keep my chin up and to remember that some women just aren't worth it. He said that if she thinks having a guy flatter her and think about her all the time is something to call the police over, then she must be one of those nutty feminists. After spending some time thinking about it, I realized that he's right. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself that it's not you, it's them. Oh lord, this guy is a creep. If there's any way to be romantic towards a lady you're interested in, this is 100% not it. I just had to add in those crazy laughs because this guy is a total nut job. But yeah, let's move on to the next post. I met this guy, let's call him Cad, on iFunny a few years ago. Yes, cringe, I know. When iFunny started dying out, I created this Discord for all the friends I made there, and we would voice chat for hours. We all got really close. Eventually, I got close to someone in particular in the group. We would play Destiny 2 almost every night, which meant I wasn't going to be in the group chat that night. Cad did not like this at all. He would try calling me during ungodly hours just to talk to me privately.
Whenever I would initiate group calls, he would always be the first one in the chat, and he'd want to either talk about my friendship with my other pal on Discord, or his love life, or lack thereof. He would tell me how he constantly gets put down by women, or how he'd get so irate over it. It made me so uncomfortable, and when more people would come into the chat, I would feel so relieved. I added all my Discord friends on social media, including Snapchat, and Cad would talk to me every day, mostly about his health conditions he claimed he had, and how he'd go in for surgery soon. I don't know if that was true or just a sympathy claim. At first I felt bad for him, then he sent me a picture. The picture lovingly captioned, "Do you love me yet?" with my name scratched into his skin. It just became too much. I had to end the friendship, and when I did, it did not end well. He went on Discord and tagged everyone, and went on a long rant about how everyone has been great except me, and how I'm a fake friend that can't be trusted, etc, etc. It went on for a bit, and I had to block him, and the support of the other Discord members was nice. It almost ruined Discord for me, but I'm glad I had good enough friends that supported my decision. Wow, what a pure, innocent gesture of affection.
Oh, oh, I scratched your name into my arm. Surely you will love me now, right?
No dude, that's actually one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. So if you could not do that, that'd be appreciated. Okay, this next one is a rant on Snapchat from a nice guy. And the grammar is also extremely horrible, so I'm going to try my best with this one.
Girls are horrible, horrible monsters, just in general, whether they're aware of it and play into it, which makes them even worse, or unaware of it, but will always still break your heart, and I wish I could tell you something different, my poor fellas who haven't figured this out already. But I can't, because that would be a lie. In my 21 years of life experience, one thing I've learned is that there is no such thing as happy endings. It doesn't exist, at least not in that department. And they say, oh, one day girls grow up and actually get some brains and realize what's been standing in front of their effing faces the whole time. Or you just haven't found the one yet. Yeah, I've heard all that BS too. But the fact is, my odds of believing in that are pretty slim, because over the course of my life, I've been friends with hundreds and hundreds of girls, and every single one of them have shown their true cards eventually, shown the monster they truly are, and have ripped out my heart in one way or another. And I used to think, oh, it's just because I'm a good guy. Maybe I should try being a complete and utter butthole who doesn't respect or care about them and treats them like poop, because that's what every girl chases after, right? And that, by the way, is the single-handed reason why, while guys are clueless and stupid, try multiplying that by 10 to 100, and you get girls. But sorry to tell you, bud, I've walked down that road too. And it never seems to end well, either. But just because you're a good guy, and have a forgiving and loving and caring heart, doesn't mean you have to take just being used and stepped on by girls, because every single girl will do that to you. No, there's a difference, and you can choose to stand up for yourself against the tyranny of girls and just people in general. And by the way, you should never change yourself whatsoever for anyone, especially for girls, because if someone really loves you and cares about you, they'll love and care about every single part of you, all the good and bads. And I wish I could give an answer to you boys. I wish I could tell you that everything gets better, but I can't, because it doesn't. But what I can tell you is it's not you who needs to change it all, it's the girls who need to change everything about themselves.
This guy seems to have tipped his fedora a little bit too aggressively. I'm sorry to break it to you, bud, but asking ladies to change everything about themselves is a little extreme. And saying all guys don't need to change at all? Well, that's wrong too, buddy. Because no matter what, somewhere down the line, people are going to change. Small experiences, big life events, somewhere further down the road, it's going to lead to a change. Like, let's take our nice guy here, for example. So let's say a girl sees his Snapchat story and ends up sending him a message saying something like, "Your opinion is pretty messed up, bud. Maybe try not posting stuff like that on social media." It's either going to A, further degrade his already negative opinion on women, or B, maybe he'll do some self-reflecting and think, oh, I'm kind of overreacting, maybe I just need to wait it out a bit, and the right girl will find me. Either way, I can guarantee you this guy's not going to make any lady friends by posting stuff like this. Alright, this next one is another wee bit dramatic snap story, so here we go. One day, I'm gonna lead the cops on the biggest chase in history. One to get the attention of everyone. National broadcast on live TV. Me running. Cops in desperate pursuit. But I'll stop. Stop at the edge of the cliff and get out of the car. I'll walk to the cliff's edge, turn to the helicopter filming me, gaze into the camera and say the words, "I loved you."
look down to the ground as cops run at me with loaded guns. But I'll turn, and I'll jump. Down I go, falling to my eventual death. A loud sound is heard, that of my now lifeless body that had slammed into the rocks below. Now the cops turn to the car and look to see a note, a rather short note, but one of meaning. It says, "I tried my best to show you that I care. I tried giving you my everything, my heart and all of its love, but I was only ever left hurt." Everyone was left wondering what I meant, who I meant, but she would know now. Only it was too late. It took my death for her to see how much I truly cared, how much I wanted her in my life. The real question is, though, what will it really take for her to open her eyes and see what's there for her? This honestly sounds like a sad little story made up by a hormonal 14-year-old who just got dumped by his first girlfriend. I know, I was there once. It felt like the world was ending, and there would never be happiness in my life again. I have no choice now but to go to MySpace and write depressing things about how sad and heartbroken I am. It is the only way to show her that I loved her. I'm sure we've all been there. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Alright everybody, please remove your fedoras, and it is now safe to also remove your cringe goggles. I sure hope you guys enjoyed r/niceguys number 4, Crazy Guys edition. Be sure to tune in on Monday for the continuation of r/insane people Facebook. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and spending some time with me. And as always, don't forget your tea before you go.